Hey YouTube, welcome back to part 164 of how to repair a broken USB cable. This one happens to be in a Logitech gamepad controller, but the idea, the repair would be the same, whether it would be your favorite USB crack cocaine pipe or USB morphine heater. Anyway, what we have here, I went ahead and applied the blocker. This is the little rubber block that stops the unit from the cable from sliding in and out of the unit. And then we ran the wires through the, what do you call that thing again? Ferrite bead. And now I'm prepping each wire. There's big black, the main ground, chassis ground. Then there's black, those both go to the same spot. Then there's the red wire, the white wire, and finally the green wire. So in prepping these, you have to be really careful with this wire, as it doesn't prep well using fire. You have to kind of use a combination of fire and a tool, or pulling it off of there with your nails. But at this point, I've got them prepped. The wires are about 2 millimeters exposed. I've twisted those nice, so they're twisted, and then I've applied my paste flux, and now I'm going to go and tin them. Each one gets hit with the iron that has just a little bit of solder on the iron to tin them and make them nice in preparation for install. So there you go. This cable's ready to be installed. Now we have to go back to the mess that I made here. Oh boy, we didn't lift any traces. Oh, we did. Oh, God bless it. One of the traces is lifted. That means the Kita. I've got flux on my hands. I can't pet you. The copper that goes around the hole where the wire comes through is broken off. So I'm going to have to follow that wire where it goes to and install a jumper wire. Cut a little custom wire to patch in from wherever that trace is supposed to go to the next solder point. And then solder a little tiny piece of wire. I'll probably use the same wire, this stuff here, leftovers, and that will be that. So at this point, what we need to do, I already prepped my Goot wick, desoldering wick. Goot is a brand name. I prepped it by applying some of my paste flux, and the idea behind that is it makes it work a lot better. Now this is kind of awkward the way that this is, so I need something. You need something to lean this. That's a little bit tall. Gee, what do we have? So now I'm going to be placing the Goot desolder braid on top of the first blob of solder that I left over, and put the iron on that and pull that away. Now, do you want to do a close-up on that so you can see what it's supposed to look like? This is what it's supposed to look like. Here you see where I cracked off. You see it's just brown there. It's supposed to be silver. So I'm going to have to trace this line here. There's a capacitor in the way. Oh boy. Yeah. So it's really hard for me to see here. It looks like perhaps this point here will run a jumper from here to there. If not, man, this is hard to see. This point here. And then I have yet to clean up. Well, you can stay here. I'll show you how I clean up use the Goot. This is the double pad for the ground. You really have nothing to worry about lifting this trace here. One hole opened up. Now the thing with this goot is, like right now, my fingertips are getting cooked. So you might want to wear a glove because this stuff gets hot. This is really thin. Like I asked somebody to get me this. And if it was me that was getting it, maybe I would have gotten a little bit different goot, but okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the total that we need to do. I just have to worry about that broken trace, and that it's not really a big deal. I mean, there's a point here, a test probe point, and it looks like, okay, it's the second one in. And I mean, there's a line drawn here. So maybe if I can get my test probe and do what's called a beep beep cont test. So for beep beep cont, the first thing you do is you touch them together to make sure you have the meter on the right setting. And then I'm going to touch this point that I think it goes to. Nope. It's the other one. Okay, so I know where I've got to go, and again, something like lifting a trace, it isn't the end of the world, but it's avoidable, so it's frustrating to me that I did that. I guess it's a benefit for you, so you can see that you don't want to start using the F word and throwing your soldering iron at the wall. It's one of those times you can get up and take a break. Have some Hawaiian Punch. How about a nice Hawaiian Punch? All right, I'll see you guys soon in part 515, right?